Låter skit. Okej.
So, hi guys, welcome to Tinsel Music Magazine. We're here today with Louis Pax. We've had our eyes on you for quite a while now, so I have a bunch of questions for you. So, I'm gonna start it off.
That sounds
Uh,
good. It's great.
you are back with a new name. You were
Yeah.
called Royal Prospect before, and now you're called Louis Pax.
Yeah.
You tell us a bit about why did you change your name and why Louis Pax?
Well, why not? Really? No. Well, there's a couple of things to that. I think the like the shortest answer that we can get that we can give is that we needed a change. We needed something new um, from where we were before when we were Royal Prospect. But I think the process started like 1 year ago almost, um, where we wanted to do something different, and we did it, and we wanted to do something like more colorful and more bright. And everyone always like when they thought of Royal Prospect, they thought of something dark and black and all of that, and rock music also, which we really don't. That's not really what we do. Only like we
Okay.
super influenced by lots of pop music and stuff like that. So we just wanted to change the whole kind of feel to what we
Yeah.
were the band and as a group.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think that we felt that we were kind of stuck
Yeah.
in the past, like doing one thing and always having to do that, and we didn't really feel like we didn't allow us ourselves to do whatever we wanted to do, and we kind
Yeah.
of needed this restart, like this refresh of us, of the sound of
Yeah.
everything. And I think that's kind of how Lupax came around, and it's a lot about not setting too many boundaries of
Yeah.
what we want to do, or more being
Mm.
quite open to new things. And right now it feels like we can do whatever we want within Lupax.
Definitely.
Super nice. So yeah, a lot about but just starting over and yeah.
Mm.
I
Mm.
think that's a great thing when you're, because how long have you been playing together? Like 2016?
Yeah,
Professionally as like
but like
a
that.
band from
Yeah.
that's like 2016, yeah, we would say.
Mm. Yeah. Sometimes you need something new, I
Yeah,
guess.
but I think for me also it was like I wanted to see us, or we've been talking about it like it's a more of a project
Yeah.
than a band. Like as Gustav said, we feel like we can do whatever.
Yeah.
Like if we bring in other musicians on
Yeah.
stage with us,
Sure.
we do.
Mm.
Or if we want to feature someone on the song where we record it live,
Yeah.
record it in the studio, whatever we want to, we
Yeah.
feel like we can do that.
Yeah. Or if
Definitely.
you wanna write and produce one song and then just give it to someone else. I mean, we can
Yeah.
Mm.
do that. It's like really
Well, that's
just
cool.
more focus on the music and being
Yeah.
creative, I would say.
Mm.
Do you feel like that, like it's more, yeah, like more focus on the music now rather than like being, your own brand? Because that's a big part of the music industry. A lot of people see themselves as brands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think we will, like a band, upcoming band today can't really see themselves only do music. You have
Mm,
to think of yourself as a brand.
mm,
So that will always be in the way
mm,
of music.
I,
But
I I would also say yes and no. I feel that this new brand, maybe if it's a brand, it comes more natural to us.
mm,
So less effort on that and more focus on music, and that will
yeah,
become in by itself. Earlier, it might have been more forced
yeah,
than it is now, and thus taking more energy to stuff we were not really into.
yeah,
But of course, I guess you can always see anything as a brand, and of course it
yeah,
will be.
mm,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, you've just released your new song, Motion.
yeah,
It's amazing. I've played it on repeat for, uh, yeah, since you released it. Um,
thank you.
Thanks.
of course, it's your first single under your new name.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit like about the song? Why did you choose that as your first single?
Um, really, we have a lot of other songs as well, but
Yeah.
like we felt pretty much that motion was this perfect connection between the two worlds, like
Yeah.
what we did in the past
Yeah.
and where we were aiming at.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's this fusion between like the arena rock sound
Yeah.
with the new pop vibe to it, and a more colorful, bright production.
Yeah.
So that's basically why we chose it. Really,
Okay.
yeah.
What's it
And,
about? Like what lyric wise? What's it about? If you want to tell our readers.
yeah, Gustav.
Yeah, so it's a quite, what I like about it is quite up tempo, positive song sound wise, right? But the lyric is actually not as I mean, it is positive about staying in motion and moving on in life, but at the same time, it actually takes quite a turn, and it's more about being in a kind of destructive relationship where it's difficult to come out, and you're kind of ending up in some kind of circle, doing things over and over again, and it's about like trying to yeah, trying to move on and yeah, stay in motion. So to say.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that in some way.
Mm.
So was there while creating the song, was there anything like behind it that was more difficult to finish, like in the production or the lyrics or
I think this song pretty much wrote itself.
mm.
Uh, like I had this. I think the song is like 1 year old today or something because
Oh, okay.
I had just moved here to Malmö and I was having a look around my area and going with bicycles and I got this melody playing in my head and I was just singing it over and over and over until I got home and I recorded on my phone and that was basically the whole chorus right there and
Okay.
everything and then I showed it to these guys and it kind of developed just by like 2 or 3 sessions and we had it done. But once we were in the studio at Tambourine Studios here in
Yeah,
Malmö,
timbre. Yeah.
that's where we've been recording everything.
Okay.
Kind of, the song kind of wasn't really about to be recorded. It was more like okay, if we have time, let's do it. And then we managed to push it in the schedule. But once we had that, there was kind of like an argument going on between should we go for a more pop sound, like a more electronic sound, or should we keep it more organic,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So that was, I guess, that was the most difficult part of writing and creating the song.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, as I remember it, the chorus more or less wrote itself. It was super quickly done. You showed this to us, and I think we finished it, lyrics and everything, within like 20 minutes. Yeah, like directly.
Yeah.
But the verses,
Yeah.
I think we have had maybe 3 or 4 different kinds of verses, something as far as I remember, actually.
No, that's true. Yeah,
So that
because
took. We even went out to a cabin, like a cabin in the woods or so, and there we actually tried to last summer. I tried to write some songs and stuff like that. And this one we got really stuck on the verses for this one, if I remember correctly.
you do,
Which is a bit ironic. Like everything else, it's always the chorus that is the difficult one to write.
Yeah.
It's always super easy, but for this one, it's completely the other way.
Yeah,
around.
I think I have my phone like voice memos of like 10 or maybe 15 different ideas.
Well,
Trying.
it's a song with a lot of potential then. There is a
Yeah.
lot to do with it, so that's cool.
I think like we had this cool chorus and we didn't want to screw it up, so we had to write.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. No, that's true. That has to be the most difficult part of writing the song, the verse, because I really remember like when we were in Tambourine and one evening, I think it was during the time we were there, Gustav came home to me and he said, "I want to change this verse once again. Let's do it," because then we had settled on the verse.
Then you get happy.
And then I don't really get happy when that happens, but turns out, and that was the verse that ended up on the song, and turns out that was super amazing. So.
Yeah. Do you all have like any favorite parts of the song? Like maybe an effect or an instrument or a line or anything that's like this bit is my favorite of the song.
Maybe you
I
can,
like the hey.
that's like an old production trick, putting in haze and hose every square. Oh, maybe I have to my favorite part is, and it's also when we played it live, or when we have rehearsed the song, is the just before the second chorus when everything's dropped and I kind of screams on the top of my voice.
Mm.
That's my favorite part, definitely.
Cool.
I just really like the bridge. I don't think a lot of people do, but I really like it. I think it sticks out in one way. It's yeah, I like the bridge.
It's nice as well. You have
I don't know actually. The verse, I would say, of course.
Yeah.
We worked on so hard.
No one likes the chorus.
No.
That's cool.
chorus is fun, but everything else is super.
So what's next for you in the like near future? What do we listeners have to look forward to?
So we're currently writing lots of new music. So I think we're spending like all of our like free time we spend in the studio, basically writing songs and trying things out, new things out. And as I said, like motion was kind of the transition between the old and the new, and now the new thing that will come is more a different, not a different sound, but like we're like, how do you say it? We're involving the sound that we have now to become a bit more interesting, I would say. So that's what will happen in the future, and we will release new music
Yeah.
pretty soon, I guess.
That
So-
was what I wanted to hear. So
Yeah.
that's-
I just wanted to give you a good answer.
That's great. Well, so you feel like there's no limits now when it comes to genres, and you just want to explore and release whatever feels right at the song. Maybe you
Yeah.
can say that. Yeah.
I think you yesterday you said something good in the studio when we were talking to a person there. You said that if we want to take the influence from like a jazz song, we do it, and if we write a jazz song, then we do it.
Yeah.
You said something that it doesn't really matter. Like Louis Pax is not one genre.
Yeah.
And you said it in the beginning of this
Yeah,
interview as
yeah.
well. Like we really want to try new things out.
Yeah.
We don't want to be put in a box or like
No.
in one. This is Louis Pax or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's so easy for bands and artists to get, I feel, and then
Definitely.
how you get trapped in that as well. So yeah, and I don't see a reason for being that, because if you want to be creative, you can't really have any boundaries, so to say. You can't really be within one box. You need to be, even though we might, all of our songs more or less might be over here, then I mean,
Yeah.
it's still important.
Yeah,
View ourselves as we are within.
exactly. And I think that's what basically Louis Pax stands for. Like we're not afraid of trying these things, and we're not limited.
Yeah. I think that's
Basically.
a great way to do it today, since making music has become more available with technique and stuff. I think it's a great way to make the music being like the center of attention, not to limit yourself and just do what you feel in the studio at the time. I think
Definitely, it's
that's
fun doing music. Like it's fun making music.
Yeah.
So we listen, like each one of us listen to lots of different music.
Yeah.
Like as we said, what we do might end up over here, but we take inspiration from everywhere.
That's cool. That sounds great. No limits.
No, exactly. I'm sure many artists do like take
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Wherever.
Definitely. So from what I've seen, you've been pretty active before when it was possible on the live scene. You've done a lot of gigs and interaction with your fans and listeners. and I guess that's something that you really miss right now. So, what do you miss most about playing live?
Ooh, good question.
Thank you.
All of your questions are good.
What do we
Thank
miss?
you.
I think what I miss is this feeling right before going onto stage, because I feel like this is, to me, this is what I'm good at doing.
Yeah.
Go onto the stage and perform.
Yeah.
So it's excitement of knowing that, oh, I will do something super good, and I will show it everyone here in the audience. We are amazing. I mean, that's the feeling that I miss.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're in the studio and we say, oh,
Mm.
we wrote this super cool song, well, no one will
Right.
hear it, release it.
Mm,
Playing live, like, you get instant feedback, and you know
that's
it's
true. That's true. You can see how your music, how it's like how it affects people, like in not talking about it, just seeing it. It's pretty cool.
yeah. I think before we got into all this music production and we learned how to record ourselves and whatever, we had this thing that when we were playing a gig, we wanted to try out new songs,
Mm.
which was good, because then we saw the audience, if how they reacted to the song, if
Yeah.
it's good or bad. Our songwriting skills has developed from there, really.
Yeah.
That's how we started out,
Yeah.
which is fun and cool.
Do you have like and you can all answer this one, or maybe you have the same, but do you have a specific like favorite live moment as a band? Any gig or moment that stood out?
Yeah. We will have the same one.
Like a specific concert. you
Which
mean?
one?
Maybe
Yeah.
like a specific audience or concert setting, or a song that you did that was, or a moment. It can be anything, just from a live moment.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
No, I mean, there's plenty of concerts, and I'm sure the other guys will comment on that. I always like the last songs when the audience are very like heated up, like it's the last one. You have a big crescendo, and I always try to sometimes go back to Hannes at the drums and start like
Yeah,
building up, and that's super fun.
Yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah, my thing is pretty much the opposite to that. It's like we haven't been able to do to do long sets for a while, but when we have done it, and we like, that's when you can put in a slow song, or like
Yeah.
and that's when you can, when you're on stage and you have all this adrenaline, that's when you can like relax, take a deep breath, and then play, just be there in the music. That to me is like a super nice feeling.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
get
then
that.
when you're up on stage.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
do you have any other answers, or are you like, you all agree on that one?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah,
Now you need to say something super clever now.
I don't know.
Say something else.
Well, you can-
The audience in Dublin, when we played at
Oh.
Yeah.
it was a really good concert, and the audience was so good. We played
Did you
like
say Dublin?
Yeah, in
Dublin.
Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, that must have been so cool. I love Dublin.
It was. That was maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
I had almost forgotten about that gig, because I don't know why.
It was early on.
It was early on, but
Yeah.
now when you say it, it was such a nice performance.
But it's
Um,
something about music in Dublin. It's like, I don't know what, but it's like with all the pubs and all the street musicians, and it's just another feeling when it comes to music in Dublin, I think.
You said that you loved the city. Like, it was your
Yeah.
favorite.
I agree. It's an amazing city.
We wonder why, but
I have a question that I ask all musicians that we interview, because I think it's very interesting personally. And you all need to give me an individual answer. If you got to choose one song of all songs ever made that to be your song,
Hmm.
which would you choose? And we have so many. We have like the different answers we have to this question is like the variety is huge because everyone thinks about it differently. But this song, if you got this was my song, which
Ah.
one would you choose?
Let's start from the right.
Oh, okay.
So you got the least time to think about this.
Uh,
Let's go.
I mean, since it would be, I'm gonna go with Bohemian Rhapsody, so now no one else can take that one. Would be, I mean, obviously, like one of the best songs ever, and I mean, it's has everything. It has energy, but also has some more calmer things. It would be super awesome to be able to play it live as well.
Yeah.
Probably extremely difficult and almost impossible, but yeah, that one.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice answer.
That was a good answer.
I need to think a bit more. So go ahead, Oscar.
Shit.
Mm.
I've always had like my top 3 songs that that best songs ever written.
Hmm.
I think any of those would be my answer.
But now you
think I-
have to say those 3 songs because now I really want to know which those are.
One of them, like I have this thing that I always connect them to a memory, but one of them is A Day in the Life by the Beatles. Incredible
Great
song.
answer.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Number 2 is Politic with
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yep.
My favorite Coldplay song ever.
Yep.
And number 3 is a U2 song, which is I can't remember it now. The one he wrote to his father. Um,
Sometimes you can make.
Sometimes you can't make it on your own.
Okay.
That's those 3 songs are my absolute favorite songs ever. But
Good variety.
you will be like an opera song, like Messon Dorma.
Okay.
How would we perform that one?
No, not perform. Like if that was
No,
my
if
song.
that was your song.
Everyone knows it. And
I don't know which one it is. Can you sing it?
Please sing.
Like the most,
Oh, well, that would be okay. that
like
would
people who don't know
be
opera
anything.
or don't know anything about music, they know that song.
That's true. Actually, that is true.
And
And
it's
we have not had that answer from anybody else. So
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard question. I'm
I know.
thinking like what would be the best and coolest song to play live, and I think like the intro on Baba O'Reilly would
Oh,
be really cool to.
Baba O'Reilly is one of my absolute favorite songs of like the entire. Yes. Good
go with
answer.
Yeah,
And last one, I would say Don't Look Back in Anger. Oasis. Of course, a good live song.
Classic. Yep.
wow.
That was a good variety of songs. Like from the band, you have such different angles to that question. I like that.
Yeah.
Could be a good concert with those 4 songs.
Pretty weird one.
So what's the dream for 2022 for next year? If you can dream freely as a band, like the dream for the band, what do you want to do next year?
No COVID.
End of COVID, we're going on a tour in America or US. US or Asia. I don't know. Like I want to tour.
But we don't want to go.
Europe would be fine, but
It would be fine. Europe would be fine, but US would be cool.
I would just like to. I have this like idea in my head. Like I want to go like Canada and US and Mexico, and just drive in a van and play lots of stages. That's where I want to go. Cool. Yeah.
That's a good dream.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan for next year. I think we're moving like in the right direction of being able to enjoy the live music again.
Definitely.
That's not a bad dream at all. So my last question for you today, because I've gone through my 11 questions here. As I said, you recently released Motion. Um, Tell our Tinsel readers why should they listen to Motion? Promote it, sell it.
You know that we're Swedish, right? We don't really.
Yes, I do. That's why I put that question last.
Well,
It's the best song you ever hear. No,
let's sell
It's
it.
a summer song.
It's a summer song, and it's something new, and
Yeah.
it's something like it's our first song as Louis Pax, and this
Yeah.
will blow up. We will be
Yeah.
big. No, but it's the first thing that we do, and as you said, it's a summer song, and it's the perfect match between these. As Gustav said before, it's the happy and energetic summer song. Like if you're on a party or whatever, and you know you're just feeling low or whatever, and this song comes on, you go up and you dance and you sing along to the chorus, or if you just want to say, "Hey, that's cool." That's why you should listen to the song. And you should take it with you to the beach when you're having beach parties or whatever. And you should just having a great time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a quite nice beach or road trip playlist, or if you ever want
I agree.
to energize,
Definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe a little taste test on all new music that's to come for you guys. Seems like you have a lot of things coming, and that we need all our Tinsel viewers and readers to follow you and listen to your music and
Yes.
give you lots of love, because we think you're amazing. So we promote you as much as we can.
Thank you. so
Thank you.
much.
So thank you so much for meeting with me and talking about your music. I'm gonna stop with the recording, but thank you.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
thank you.